we will continue to make improvements to the capsules. We are an innovation company, and having everything in house is really important to that. And that's been the big win.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Ash Guglani, President at Next Innovations. Ash, very good to speak with you again. You've announced a partnership with the rebranded EcoBeans coffee brand. Tell us more about this, because you first partnered with them back in 2023.
Fair enough. Thanks, Stephen, for having me. Yeah, I could definitely talk about that. It's a good milestone day for us as we worked with EcoBean last August to launch their pods. What EcoBeans has done is they've revamped their strategy to focus more on Canadian retail, as well as some OCS business on the West Coast. It's a woman-led coffee company. They have their own coffee initiatives, but it's been rebranded with new packaging. As I mentioned, a little bit of a new strategy, and essentially, we're a good fit for them, given that they were looking for a sustainable option. We've made a delivery to her of some pallets, and looks like everything is being sold. So she's been getting some good demand, and we've launched 2 SKUs with her, and we'll be launching some new additional product SKUs as she's seeing demand from some of her retail customers, and there's opportunities in the decaf space and potentially even in French vanilla. So it's a good first launch. We're starting to finally get busy at Next. We've also revised our capsule quite a bit from last year. We did a lot of beta testing with some coffee companies, so we've made some revisions to how our capsule works, and we've got all our in-house vertical integration done. So we're ready to start producing, not just for EcoBeans but other customers as well, and you'll see that over the next little while.
You talked about your new capsules. Tell us what makes them better, Ash.
Well, we did a lot of beta testing last year with some small companies, and we were able to get some feedback from those companies on some changes we had to make, even changes with some of the materials, like our lidding suppliers and such. There's been some new developments in the industry for compostable lidding, so we've made changes to our lidding to make it a better seal. But we've also changed our recipe to make it a stronger capsule, and we do have a capsule that can perform in the top 1% of all K-Cups, because we could get more volume than most capsules in there. So we do have a capsule, and we do have a lot of IP around that capsule that is great for the environment, but it also can make a really good cup of coffee for a K-Cup. So that's what we always hear, and we will continue to make improvements to the capsules. We are an innovation company, and having everything in house is really important to that. And that's been the big win going to Windsor. We have good automation partners, but we also have a good workforce that really understands the automation. So we've built a good moat in Windsor, and we'll continue to work on innovation around the capsule and make it better. But we'll also start looking at other products as well over the next little while.
And will you be looking for other partnerships as well following the partnership with EcoBeans?
Absolutely. We're currently we're in discussions with some larger companies. We're actually getting ready to make some other deliveries in the next few weeks. So no, stay tuned. There'll be some more conversations to have.
I look forward to having those. Ash, thank you very much for the update today.
Thanks for having me.
That's Ash Guglani, President at Next Innovations.